You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
Welcome to the Hot Options Report, your premier source for insight into the fast-moving options market. Each day, we'll track down the products that are dominating the options chains and impacting your trading account, from Nvidia to VIX and everything in between. If it's lighting up the options tape, then you'll find it on the Hot Options Report.
All right, everybody, it is time for your Hot Options Report for another wild Thursday, February 26th. My name, of course, Mark Longo from the Options Insider Radio Network. Remember, check out theoptionsinsider.com/pro if you want to get a taste of all the fun stuff we have cooking over there. And of course, you should always be checking out thehotoptionsreport.com. It is the name of the show after all. Today's badge/scan of the day that you can all run for yourselves over there is the Frontrunner badge. What does that mean? Well, it's the symbols where 70% or more of the total options volume is from expirations with 7 days or less remaining. So front week, obviously these are all filtered too, so only names that do some decent volume, 5,000 contracts a day or more. Let's do a quick top 5, see what's lighting up the Frontrunner badge today. Coming at number 5, we have Ambarella Inc., ticker symbol AMBA, AMBA. They're at 82% on the Frontrunner chart. Right above it, you know the indexes are hot in front running. Everyone loves not just front week, but front day. So SPY's number 4 at about almost 84%, and the Q's at number 3 with a little bit north of 84%. Number 2, we have JetBlue coming in at nearly 88%, and the top of the heap on the Frontrunner chart for today, it's ChargePoint Holdings. Ticker symbol CHPT with a whopping 96% of their flow going up in the weekly expirations. Remember, you can run that report for yourselves and a whole bunch more at thehotoptionsreport.com. But now it's time to get down to business on our top 10 for today. It's post-Nvidia earnings day. The market was taking a hit. Was it a hot day in the options market? The answer was yes. Cost you 585,000 contracts to break into the top 10. That's respectable. It's not the most active we've seen, but wait till you get to the top of the list. We see a lot of paper up there, listeners. Spoiler alert. But number 10 today, it's Alphabet Class A, selling off $5.58 to close at $307.38, putting up 585,000 contracts for the number 10 spot on our countdown today. The hot option in Alphabet Class A, 73,000 of the 330 puts. Once again, going to the in-the-money puts. Quite the choice. Average price for these, obviously it's rich, $23.30. These are expiring tomorrow. So a very interesting choice for number 10 as we keep climbing to number 9. That's where we find the fruit company today, listeners. Apple selling off 129 or about 0.5% to close 272.95, putting up 635,000 contracts for the number 9 spot on our countdown today. The hot option in the fruit company, 61K of the 275s expiring tomorrow. Average price for these exactly $1. So you know the drill. Got to get back to that 275 strike by the closing bell tomorrow. Can we get there? We'll see. As we also see what's taking the number 8 spot, we're keeping it in the A tech names. It's AMD, selling off $7.18, or about 3.5% to close 203.68. So flirting with that power strike again, putting up 645,000 contracts for the number 8 spot on our countdown today. The hot option in AMD land. Back to the puts. It's been a lot of puts lately, and today it's the 192 half put expiring tomorrow, going up 52,000 times today for an average price of about 27 cents. It's like paper was selling these. This was an opening trade, so it looks like someone might be looking to pick up 27 cents or perhaps get into a little bit of AMD at a much lower price. You like those puts, listeners? We'll keep an eye on those as we keep climbing to number 7. It's Palantir. They were climbing today, rallying $1.75 to close at 135.94, putting up 659,000 contracts. For the number 7 spot on our countdown today, the hot option in Palantir land, 36,000 of the 127 puts. Average price for these, 28 cents. Looks like paper was buying these, listeners. So if you bought these, you really need Palantir to fall out of bed tomorrow. Can it make it happen? We'll find out as we find out what the number 6 spot on our countdown today is. It's the Amazonians. They sold off $2.72, or about 1.3%, to close 207.92, putting up 713,000 contracts. For the number 6 spot on our countdown today, the hot option, 36K of the 210s. Average price for these, 93 cents, listeners. Got as high as 211 briefly today. So these were looking a lot better before the end of the day. Obviously, you need Amazon to turn it around tomorrow as we turn it up to the number 5 spot on our countdown today. It's Netflix rallying again. More drama with the deal unfolding. The stock rallying nearly $2, or about 2.3%, to close $84.61, putting up 1.04 million contracts. For the number 5 spot in your countdown today, the hot option in Netflix, 80K of the 85 calls. Expiring tomorrow. Average price for these, 63 cents. So you know the drill. The stock needs to pop tomorrow, and it looks like it's doing exactly that in the after hours. The stock is up to 93.71 now in the after hours. So if you scoop these before the close for 63 cents, you are looking pretty good right now, sir. Looks like Netflix has officially dropped their offer for Warner Brothers. Paramount is the winner, and Netflix stock is rallying. It's almost as if someone knew that, who bought those calls. Wild. As we keep climbing to the number 4 spot today, listeners, it's Mr. Softy. They were climbing today, rallying $1.12. Not much, but Microsoft bulls will take what they can get these days, closing at 401.72, putting up 1.13 million contracts. For the number 4 spot on our countdown today, the hot option in Microsoft land, 46,000 of the 405 calls. Again, these are expiring tomorrow. Average price for these, $2.24. That's pretty rich given where we closed. It's like the high today. They got as high as 407.5. So these were looking pretty good until they weren't. Looks like paper might have been selling these, though, which obviously in hindsight is the way you want to go. We'll see if they keep that 2.25, or if the stock can rally tomorrow. As we rally to the number 3 spot, this is Barrick Mining, formerly Barrick Gold, now ticker symbol B. They gave up one of the better tickers in the game. They gave up gold for the ticker B, listeners. So I'll leave it up to you to decide which ticker is better. Barrick popping today 54 cents to close at $50.35, putting up 1.43 million contracts for the number 3 spot in our token div play of the day. And their hot option, you know what it was. It was in the money action. It was 150,000 of the March 35s. Yep. So there's your token div play for the day as we keep climbing to more relevant paper to the number 2 spot on our countdown today. It's Tesla, selling off $8.82 to close at 408.58, listeners, putting up 1.87 million contracts. For the number 2 spot on our countdown today, the hot option in Tesla today, listeners, it was the 410 calls, changing hands 92,000 times for an average price of $3.34. Obviously, you like to be sellers of those right now, but we'll keep an eye on these, see if Tesla can break through the 410 strike again tomorrow as we climb to the number 1 spot. You know what it is. It's the day after Nvidia's earnings. Of course, it's Nvidia. We were talking yesterday about people loading up on the par calls, the 200 calls expiring tomorrow for prices around $4. They seemed like they were on the right track immediately after earnings. The stock rallied well north of the par strike in the after hours. Seems like they were headed in the right direction, but then the market took a turn, Nvidia took a turn, and they ended up selling off to 184.89, listeners, off $10.67 or 5.5%. Nvidia's worst single day since the big tariff meltdown last year. So all of that premium on the par strike yesterday went to die, unfortunately. Shows the danger of doing directionally oriented earnings trading, or really any earnings trading at the end of the day. It is very much a coin flip sometimes. Nvidia putting up some numbers today, 6.1 million contracts on the tape for Nvidia. That is a hot day, not the most active we've ever seen Nvidia, though. In fact, we saw it put up nearly 8 million contracts on its earnings exactly 1 year ago. So a wild day for Nvidia, but not the most active day we have seen. What was the hot option on a very hot day? 380,000 of the 190s, listeners. Average price for these, $134. These are expiring tomorrow. Can we get back there by tomorrow's close? I guess we will find out, listeners. And that is going to do it for your hot options reports for a wild post-Nvidia earnings day. Hope you all are staying safe out there. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the network for volatility views and, of course, options oddities after that for all of our pro friends. Make sure you're checking out the front runner and all the other badges and scans over there at thehotoptionsreport.com. We'll see you back here after the closing bell tomorrow. Another episode of the Hot Options Report.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.